Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. So today wasn't an active trading day for me, but that's okay because what happened in the market actually just happened about 20 minutes ago, I think, um, was good for the position that I took after hours yesterday, and then again adding to my position during the trading day today, because I'm trying to come up with ideas and ways that I can make my money work for me as I am not able to be on screen during certain days during the week. One of the, I guess, difficulties, I don't know if you'd even call it a difficulty, of part-time trading is you can't always be there. So there's certain things that I'm looking into, and so I don't have to, I could set my alerts, I can set orders to go off, and that's kind of what I did today. So anyway, let me just share my screen with you guys. Let's see. All right. Sharing the moneymaker. Today was a very nice day, a very nice trade, and I'll walk you through exactly what I did. Let me see, this Afria position, look at how that ended up. 666, not the best numbers. But yeah, that was just a quick, let me just go into that. It was just what I saw really fast. I can't type. I saw this really quickly about to make new highs. So we already know, right? So we make our first leg down, we come up, does not make a new high. Come down, but what does it not do? Anybody? Right. It doesn't make a lower low. And this is only 10 o'clock in the morning. These are the patterns that I look for, and I enjoy when they actually work out in a normal market, not just a choppy market. So anyway, I went 300 shares long, a minute trade. It was really a nothing. I was thinking about buying it and just holding it, but since the breakout play, which is what this was, so I bought this at 1394. Let's just call it 1395, because we were just about to break and make a higher high. That is super bullish to me, and that's exactly what happened. You can see all these green bars right here. I'm not the only day trader, okay? There's a lot of other people that follow this higher high, higher low pattern throughout the day, and it's a really powerful thing to look at. I match this up with the overall market. So that's how I trade. On one screen, I have my S&P 500. And the stocks I trade, they follow very closely to the overall market. I don't like to trade against the market. So anyway, the market was looking good. It was looking healthy. I took a quick scalp just really fast. I wasn't at my computer at the time. I pulled this thing up on my phone. I saw the chart. I saw the market that I had up on the TV. Everything was looking good. It was an in and out. Okay. And that's just, I don't usually trade from my phone, but I knew I wasn't going to be able to be at the screens all day. So when I see a nice looking setup, every once in a while, I'll take it for a ride. And it was only like 2 minutes or so. But the one that I really want to go over is um, the um, the short, right? For the, not SPY, but the QQQ, okay? Last night, during the after hours, I bought the inverse, which is I'm betting for the overall market to go down. So let's jump over to the SQs because that's what I did. So in the after hours, I got in at a really good price in the after hours, and it actually went up basically from the second that I bought it, it went up. But this wasn't going to be a day trade. This was going to be a swing trade. So I got my 200 shares here. Okay. As the market, the NASDAQ market was pushing up huge. So I got a good price. Instead of buying it up here at 11 or during the day here at 11:33, 11:20s, I got it at 1085, 1084, which is just a very, very good price. So anyway, this is what happened today. So I'm at the computer now, okay? It's the afternoon. I come into my position and I noticed one thing that really intrigued me. We started the sell off on SQs, which means that the QQQ, the NASDAQ, and the overall markets were all going up after initial drop. So it dropped first, and then the overall market had a really nice dip buy, and it was going up. So once that stopped right around here, SQs now starts to go up because SQs is now oversold. Everything about it was oversold at this point. So while I was down in my on my position, I added 200 more shares because I felt like this was a very good buy. It averaged me out at 1080 now instead of 1084 or 1085, whatever it was. I got averaged out at 1080. Now I have 400 shares long. And then Biden, or something happened with Biden's capital gains tax, right? Which I think is absolutely ludicrous, okay? To take almost 50% of somebody's hard earned money. It is so hard. People that trade in the market, you guys know how hard it is to get, you do all the research, you study, just to get all the money to be able to trade took some hard work. And then let's say you make, which is so hard to do, 10, 20%. He wants you to give him, not him, but the government, half of that because they wanted to spend like drunken sailors and now they need to recoup that money. I think that is ridiculous. It's way too high. 20% is too high. You know how much work this takes? And then to give this half of this money back, we're taking all the risk. The stock market is risky. So not only that, we have to give almost half the money. I think it's over a certain amount you make per year, whatever it is. The stock market's not going to like that. They're just not. So anyway, that was my wife that just came in from work. You may have heard her in the background. It's very windy out, so it's almost like she got blown right into the house. So this is what happened. Okay. I always do that. I hate that. Okay. So look, right here, I added 200 shares for the break and to make new highs. So we bottomed out over here, and then the news came out and it sent this thing into orbit, which it looks like it's going. So what I would do here normally is you see where it bottoms out and then it starts to make higher highs and higher lows. And what this usually will be emblematic of is to make new higher highs, which this would be a nice play here, you know, for higher highs, like I just said. So that's just, you know, the way it is. If it doesn't continue up and it starts to come down and make lower lows, then maybe you have a rebound, but it doesn't seem that way now. So anyway, what did I do here? I took the first 200 at 1095, and then I let the other 200 run to 11. We're now at 11. We peaked up here at 1112. So while I feel like, I maybe should have taken profit up here instead of letting it roll, I didn't want to have it come all the way back. A lot of these news plays, they'll get thrown up in the air and then they'll come back down, especially when it goes up so fast. But this news obviously was not good for the stock market, and that's why it's continuing on its path. So anyway, today, very nice day. A little help by Biden that helped. A nice ad right before that to really double down on it. So that was nice. Doesn't always happen like that. But as you see here, it's coming to a double top. Bullish obviously is breaking through that fast and strong. And then what you want is then a retracement to that area. And that's how, but I mean, this happens so fast and so much volume. That's another thing. This had a ton of volume, the market in general, when this happened, which suggests to me that that's not a very good sign. You can see here. I mean, it's obviously tapering down, but that's a lot of volume. That this might go on. This might last a little while, but may, who knows? Hope we don't do that. And I'm happy with the day and the profit that we made off of this trade. This trade was always going to be just a one-day swing trade for me. And I'm going to try doing that kind of stuff going forward when I am not going to be able to be at the screens. So anyway, that's the video. That's what I did today. Not much, but we did get the market sell off. So, and I benefited from that from being short. Actually, I'm going to show you guys real quick. Again, this is why I went short. I should have probably showed you guys this before. Hold on one second. All right, what was I looking at? NQ's 180 day. Okay. If you guys zoom in here, you can see what I'm looking at. The last time we made all-time highs like this and had the huge correction in the NASDAQ market, you had 2 days here where it first sold off and then had a huge bounce right here, almost 400-point bounce in 1 day on the NASDAQ. And this kind of reminded me of exactly what we had happen right here. So you made new highs. You had 2 days of a sell-off, right? 2 days of a sell-off. And then you had the exact same picture right here. Same picture, almost exactly the same. You had that day yesterday where it bounced. So what I was playing, and now you even have the same bar. Now I know this was a news play right here, but you have the potential setup for another correction. Patterns, they don't always repeat, okay? But I am a pattern trader. For some reason, when I look at charts, this kind of stuff just stands out to me. And I told a couple of people about this, and like, you have some eye for these types of things. Like, how would you ever even notice that? But I just remember up here when we were so overbought, we had 2 days of sell-off, but to me, it didn't seem like enough. You want a healthy correction. So we got this, what's called a dead cat bounce, and then continued to sell off. So right here, same situation. We had a huge bounce yesterday, And now let's see what ends up happening. Um, and this is also a double top. If you zoom out, a huge double top formed, which, tends to happen where it will now sell off. So I'm still short the market. I feel like we're so overbought, and this was just due to happen. So anyway, that's why I took my trade, and yeah, that's about it. A lot of this type of stuff, like the due diligence that I talk about, you take your trade, you already know that you have an edge in the market, you're profitable, you're consistent. Not everything is going to work out, not every trade. But if you do the research, you do the technical analysis, you at least feel comfortable getting into that trade. There's a reason behind it. You're not just gambling, there's actually something to look at here. And that's what I do. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the thumbs up. And if you're new, subscribe. Also have a Discord. I'll link. It's free. I'll link it in the description. You guys could check it out if you want. And that's it. I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care.